plaintiff, Michaela Bannister, went to the defendant's salon to get her hair colored. And during her first visit, the defendant left in the middle of the appointment for a DUI class. Michaela claims after her second visit, her hair started falling out, so she's suing. Defendant Tanya Contreras says Michaela waited 6 weeks to call and complain about her hair falling out, at which point Tanya offered her a $175 gift card that Michaela accepted. Therefore, Tanya refuses to give her another dime.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
So this all started in June of last year. I've been growing my hair out for about 5 years. It was like nearly to the floor. I haven't had my hair this short since I was like 10 years old. My mother and my 2 other siblings, we would grow our hair out really long, cut it off, donate it to Locks of Love. She was doing that for like many years and started it because she heard of children that needed wigs and all that stuff. After that, I booked my appointment with a defendant to get half blonde, half black. We went through the appointment. She was
on each side or something?
Yeah,
Or
so yeah, we're in the middle. She was very unprofessional. She left for a DUI class, came back, left again to get her nails done. At the end of that day...
You were in the waiting room or in the...
No, in the middle of the appointment. So she left me with another stylist at that point.
Oh, okay. She started doing your hair.
Yes.
Then had someone else stand in while she ran and did errands.
Yes.
And go to an appointment.
Yep.
Okay.
At the end of the day, everything turned out fine. If you wanted to look on page 21, that's how my hair turned out after the first session and how long it used to be. So I decided to book an appointment with the other client that she had left me with for the next time. I came in.
You're the hairdresser.
I came in, everything was fine up until the end. Started brushing through my hair and everything just started breaking off. And it filled up the brush like 2 times. And I was like...
At home?
No, at the salon.
In front of the second hairdresser?
Yes.
Okay,
So,
and what did you say to her? You showed her?
She stopped because she was getting freaked out, and she told me to go get hair products. So I went there.
Who told you you did that? She told you, or the hairdresser?
Yes. And got the products. I left with my hair feeling like gum. I thought that stuff would work.
You got the products and you brought it back to the shop for that hairdresser to put on? You put it on yourself at home?
Yes, I put it on myself. When I came, so it was like a month later, my hair on the blonde side just kept breaking off, basically. I was just like, okay. So I messaged the defendant.
Breaking off or going bald? Those are 2 different things.
So at first it started to break off. So I messaged her asking if I can get a haircut and a free hair treatment, thinking that was going to fix it. It was going to be fine. I did that. A couple months later, I messaged her again and I was like, okay, it's my breaking point. It started to break off on the top of my head. So yeah, I had like very, very little hair. If you would like to look on both sides, as you could see in page 21, they were very even. Now on page 18, the amount that was left after the breakage. And this was just a few months in. So if you want to look on page 17, the breakage, and page 16, where it's going off on the top of my head.
And what were the discussions about what caused it?
I'm not for sure what caused it, but
You all haven't had any discussions about what may have caused it?
Yeah, we have all of our text messages here saying, like, I don't know what happened. I'm not the stylist.
I know.
So I asked
Was
her.
there some speculation?
Yes.
And discussion regarding the speculation?
Yes.
What was that?
We talked about how Basically, I just didn't. I thought she was very unprofessional. I didn't know if the
What
bleach
caused
did it.
your hair to fall out? Was there a discussion with her? And did she speculate? Did anybody speculate? Did anybody say it's because the sun shines on it too much? Did someone say it's because when you sleep at night, your hair sweats? Something. No one even speculated on it?
No, it was because of the bleach. The bleach has fried
That's what you all discussed?
has fried it off.
That's what you all discussed and agreed on?
We did not agree on
That's
it.
what I'm saying. What
but
other things was... Let me hear from you, ma'am.
Okay, so the story is exactly
And I hope
right.
you're going to be able to get around to some causes that were discussed.
Okay.
She still doesn't know why. And she still has no idea. And she says you all didn't discuss anything but bleach. So let me hear from you.
Okay, so yes, I did her hair the first time. Then she came back the second time. I did not get to see the end result. So
Did you leave during the process of doing her hair?
so the first time I had a DUI appointment and her hair was taking too long, and it was during COVID, so I couldn't reschedule that. So I had
Her hair was taking too long.
because she was going from a level 1 to trying to go platinum. So the
What?
first time around,
What are you saying?
so she was going from black to like blonde.
And you knew that before you got started, right?
Right, and we had a
And
consultation
you've
about
never
it.
done that before?
Yeah, but
So
no,
you knew how
can't-
long it might take.
You can't do it in one session. Right,
And you knew that before you got started.
right.
So why would you get started on something like that and then leave her to be passed on to a different person?
She was almost done. All she had to do was tone her and then wash and dry her. Like she was almost done.
Basically, I just didn't. I thought she was very unprofessional. I didn't know if the
What
bleach
caused
did it.
your hair to fall out? Was there a discussion with her? And did she speculate? Did anybody speculate? Did anybody say it's because the sun shines on it too much? Did someone say it's because when you sleep at night, your hair sweats?
Defendant Tanya Contreras is a salon owner being sued by a former client who claims after she got her hair colored at Tanya's salon, her hair fell out.
Okay. You're
So-
very flippant about it. Go ahead.
I mean, sometimes that does happen.
I understand.
Okay, so anyways, my consultation with her, yes, her hair was
That's your first act of negligence. This is based on negligence. That's
Okay.
your first act. Go ahead.
so
Leaving in the
her
middle
hair.
of processing somebody's hair, and
Well,
then someone else
I've
does
left-
it, and after that someone else does it, her hair falls
I
out.
left her with a licensed professional,
I
and
got it, and that's why I'm shocked. But go ahead.
so that was the first session. I didn't do the second session. So from my stylist, like she had notes and she sent them to me. What she did was exactly what I would have did anyways. It was, she mixed Olaplex with 10 volume, which is a very light volume. And so the notes were correct.
I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
So I
Unless
think
some
I
notes were
have,
correct. What notes? I don't know what you're talking about.
did I send over the notes?
What are you looking for?
The notes.
What notes about what, man?
Well, what the second stylist did. Oh,
What
it's
are
right
they
here.
about?
It's page 8.
What am I to find out from these notes?
So it just explains like what the process was and what she did to her
Okay.
hair. It's on 8.
All right. I don't have the professional expertise to interpret this. Plus, the writing is way too small. I don't have the ability to read it.
Okay.
So do you want to read some pertinent parts of it that might make a difference today?
Okay. So she used a bond builder, which is supposed to reconstruct and lighten at the same time. So she used Olaplex. And then she used 10 volume, which is not a strong volume at all. And then she foiled it.
And these are the notes you wanted me to read and understand.
Right.
All
Well,
right,
and then it
right.
also
She
states
says
that
right. Okay. Go ahead, ma'am. I have no clue what you're talking about. You're talking
So-
a different language to me, ma'am. Let's move on to what happened. What call did you get, or from either her or from your hairdresser who you had take your place in the middle of the process?
Right.
When
So
did
the
she
first
call?
session, I was there for 75% of it. She was almost done.
Got it.
So her hair looked amazing. It was beautiful. We have a picture of it. The second session, she said she didn't have a picture of it because she said that she had to she had to go somewhere and she rushed out of there. So I don't know.
I didn't have to go anywhere.
I don't know what happened. That's what she told me happened.
Got it.
So I don't know.
Never got a call?
She called me
All right, that's what I'm asking.
4 weeks later.
Uh-huh.
And well, I think it was a little bit longer than that. It was over a month.
Okay.
But what I didn't understand is why she waited so long. Why did she wait so long?
Please tell me what was discussed when she called you?
She said her hair was breaking off. And I said, okay. Well, and then she asked for a refund. And I said, the best I can do for you is give you a deep conditioning treatment and a haircut.
No, I previous asked for
Let
that.
her finish. Go ahead.
So I was like, that's what I can do for you. And then so she shows up and I was shocked. So I said, okay, well, here is $175 that compensates you for the second service because I didn't do anything wrong on the first service. So why are we going to compensate her for the first service? She was happy with that. And then, so I gave her a gift card and I said, listen, this will help you buy professional products. This will help you get micro trims. Because, $175, that's a lot of money. It'll just help your hair grow out nicer. So, but my thing is, she waited 6 weeks. If your hair is going to fall out, it's going to fall out.
So what was the end of the conversation?
So she came in and she went with a different stylist and got a haircut.
That was at the point in which you had offered $175 and the gift certificate?
Yes.
So instead of that,
When she
had
came
a
in
different...
is
Let
when
me finish my question. Instead of accepting your offer, she had a fellow stylist in that shop cut her hair. Is that what happened?
Yeah, she said she didn't want to go with me. So she
and
went
the other
with...
person cut it, and then what? You never talked to her again about it?
No. And then it was a year later, she asked for a wig. I was like, what? So, but I'm going to stick up for my stylist. So I just feel like 6 weeks is a really long time
That's
to
the
complain.
third time you've said that. Say it one more time. Make it an even 4. I like even numbers. I like even numbers.
But what I didn't understand is why she waited so long. If it's going to break off, it's going to break off right away. My thing is, she waited 6 weeks. Why didn't she
5.
complain?
Now we're back to odd number.
I don't know. I just feel like it was really late in the game.
There you go. 6. See, back to even. I mean, that's a good number too. When I shoot dice, 6 and 8. That's the one I call. I bet I 6-8 before I 7-11. Or if I get that 6, oh baby. Hey.
But what I'm saying is a lot of different factors could have happened. Like I don't know what she's using.
7. Crapped out. 7. Can we go to one more? Please tell me please say it one more time. Because 8 is the second most frequent number when you're shooting dice. Say it one more time. I need an 8.
I don't know. I just feel like, are we saying so? Is that what we're doing right now?
Huh? You just feel like what?
So what I'm saying is that I don't know what product she was using. I don't know what, how hard she was brushing her hair.
What else?
I don't know if she wanted it blonder on the one side and she did something herself. Like I didn't see the after
games.
results.
Quit playing games. One more time. It was too late. She waited too late. Say it.
She did.
Let's shoot now, baby.
You're hot tonight.
I'm gonna hit a lick now, doctor. 6-8 before 7-11.
Money's on you. Keep rolling.
Put it on the pass line.
Oh my gosh.
All right, ma'am. The woman that gave me the numbers. I don't know how I can help you. Anytime somebody give me the number and I hit, what am I do?
I just don't know why she didn't complain within the first week. And she did something herself. Like I didn't see the after
games.
results.
Quit playing games. One more time. It was too late. She waited too late. Say it.
She did.
Let's shoot now, baby.
Not tonight.
I'm gonna hit a lick now.
Defendant Tanya Contreras is a salon owner being sued by a former client who claims after she got her hair colored at Tanya's salon, her hair fell out.
Did you ever speculate and discuss with her what may have happened? Just speculate. You might not even know it for a fact, but being a professional, a hairdresser, done this for a while, you've had to at least ask her some questions, and the answer to those questions could have spurred or triggered some type of speculation. I know you're gonna say, well, I don't know for a fact because all these things had happened. 5 different things had happened. I know that's coming, I know that. 5 different things have happened, so I don't know out of those 5 things. So knowing you'll say, well, no, hold on, it was 7 things that happened. I said, we'll name the 7 things. No, it was 8. Then I say, we go. Name 8 things that happened. No, just give me some speculation.
When she came in for her haircut and her deep conditioning treatment, I am not going to go into this with her because I just felt like, I just wanted to make it right.
Can you speculate on what damaged her hair? You are a hairdresser. You are a professional. You have a license. She gives you the description, tells you all the things she's done to her hair. You're supposed to, I would assume, you could then say, okay, if you combed it all night for 2 hours straight, something, what, did you speculate or discuss what you think might have happened?
We did not, actually.
Okay. Can you tell me now, have you ever thought and came to some speculation and just didn't tell her? So you can tell us today.
So I just feel like anytime you lighten the hair from that many levels, it's damaging to the hair. And
that many levels. All I heard was the one on one side and the other on the other.
So you're going from black to blonde, and you cannot.
That's one level.
You
said that many levels, meaning more than one.
It's 10. Because you got to go. You're black, and then you're brown, and then you're
okay. I got you. That many levels of tint.
Right.
I got you.
Yes.
All right.
So when you go that many levels and you have box color on your hair, you gotta,
box color.
Yeah.
What's that?
So box color is just the stuff that you buy over the counter, and it is really bad for your hair.
She had that before
you knew
coming.
about that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you all discuss that?
And I did. And I said, in my consultation, I can't stick up for the other stylist because I wasn't there for it.
But the first time you never met, y'all didn't.
No, I had a consultation with her. This is what I said.
Go ahead.
Okay. So she sat down in my chair and she told me what she wanted. And the first thing I said is, are you emotionally attached to your hair? Because
ma'am, let me just ask, when you first spoke with her, and before proceeding to put products in her hair or to prepare her hair for the products or to provide her with any service, did you ask about the box guide?
And she told me about it.
And that's when you told her what?
I said to her, your hair is really dry at the ends. I feel like if I throw bleach on your hair right now, that the last 6 inches will probably be laying in my sink.
Okay, so you knew it would fall out.
Oh, yeah.
So why did you do it?
So, but I said, but if you don't care, then I guess I don't care.
So you're the professional.
But I did say that, but then we cut off the last 6 inches so I wouldn't have to deal with that.
And how hard was that for you to do?
None of that is relevant. None of that is relevant. If you knew that it is more likely than not that her hair is going to be damaged.
Well, first of all...
And you did it anyway.
No.
Professional.
I get what you're saying.
I'm expert, I'm well trained, I'm all this, but I'll damage your hair even when I know it will.
No. I said, we're not getting you platinum today. It's going to take a process.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the box hair that you knew she had and you knew that it would damage her hair if you put it in. You knew it.
Lift hair in small session.
I know you're gonna say, well, I don't know for a fact because all these things had happened.
have.
5 different things
Right.
had happened. I know that's coming. You know I know
know.
that. 5 different things have happened. So I don't know out of those 5 things. So knowing you, you'll say, well, no, hold on. It was 7 things that happened. I said, what name the 7th thing? No. It was 8. Then I say, we go.
Defendant Tanya Contreras is a salon owner being sued by a former client who claims after she got her hair colored at Tanya's salon, her hair fell out.
Anything else from you? The emotional distress plus the cost of the products and the refund. Emotional distress, you want $300. What is that for? I'm sure I can understand.
Yeah, I
You don't
was
have
like,
to tell me,
I had
but
to go through
That's a
how
little
they-
light. That's a small amount of money of emotional distress, quite frankly. I'm going to grant your judgment. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you. You can have your gift card back if you would like, because I will not be using it in your store at all. That's about it.
I felt bad. I felt bad that your hair fell out. I know that your hair was pretty long. And
Yeah,
yes,
it was a struggle for me when cutting that 6 inches off. So you know for a fact that I wasn't going to be okay with the damage coming, all my hair popping off.
well, that was a little excessive. Like if you would have did like small sessions and deep conditioning
But
treatments in between,
that's you telling me that. You told me it was going to take 2 times. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to take 2 times.
I didn't say it would take 2 times.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, you did.
But I mean, we got pretty light the first time, but I did not say it was good. How do I know if it's going to take 2 times or not?
You're the stylist. What do you mean?
No, box color is unpredictable. That's the way it works. Like you just have to do sessions. But you also have to deep condition too.
Oh, I did.
Plaintiff Catherine Calloway says she had a rough childhood. So when she gave birth to the defendant at age 17, she sacrificed to make sure he would have a better life. Catherine's suing her son because she purchased wedding rings for him and his wife, but she has yet to be repaid. Defendant Juwan Thomas says his mom gave him a good life, and after high school, he went off to the Marines and then to college. Juwan admits that his mother bought him and his wife wedding rings, but he insists she made that deal with his wife.
Start with you.
Okay, Judge Mathis, I live in Bloomington, Indiana, but I was born in Flint, Michigan. And it was a struggle. My mother had 5 girls at the age of 23. We struggled, we sacrificed, we went without. We went without food.
Was your father in the household?
He left when I was born. He left when she had me. So it was like my mother, she did the best she could. When I was like 6 years old, she said that we couldn't call her mom because she wouldn't be able to get another man in her life. So it was just that hard. And so my, next to the oldest sister, she basically raised me. She bathed me, combed my hair, did everything that a mom's supposed to do. And I said, when I got grown and had my son, was pregnant with Juwan at 17, I wanted to make sure he didn't go through what I went through. So I gave him all that I could. I went without. I sacrificed for him.
Why did you get pregnant so early, knowing that had been a barrier or some obstacles for your mom?
I don't know. It was 5 girls. And it seemed like we all got pregnant at 17.
Okay. So how old were you when you moved from Flint? Had you finished high school or something?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I finished high school. I moved from Flint in 98 to Oklahoma. I got married in 95. So I moved from Flint in 98 and moved to Oklahoma in 2007. We moved to Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay. All right. And you have family back in Flint?
Yes.
Still? Okay, good. Did you go down or send some water when they were being
always
poisoned by the water?
We always go down and visit.
I
But
should give some water, though.
Our church did. Our church gave water.
From Texas
From
or
Bloomington.
All right. Yeah, there were a lot of national people contributing. All right. And your son, what has he been like as a son?
I think he grew up pretty well,
Flint as well?
Flint, Michigan.
But you had moved.
I moved from, he stayed in Michigan.
Okay. With his dad or something?
He
or?
stayed in Michigan. with his dad, and then he went in the military at 18 for 4 years. He went in the Marines.
Okay.
Wow.
Got it. All right. So let me hear from you, sir.
How you doing, Judge Mathis?
Good.
I was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. I grew up, I had a pretty good childhood. My mom did whatever she could, make sure I didn't go without. I took up basketball as a passion. Went to school, played basketball, went to the service, played.
What team did you play in? What high school?
Beecher High School and Flint Northern, but I got cut at Flint Northern. And then after high school, I went to the service. I did 4 years there, and then played basketball for 2.5 years.
With who? What
With
league?
the All Marines.
Marine League?
Yes. And then I moved to Oklahoma after I got out. I was there for 3 years.
Why'd you move there?
Just to get out of Flint. I didn't want to go back.
Why'd you pick Oklahoma?
That's where my mom stayed at the time.
Oh, got it. Mm-hmm.
And so at that time, I ended up getting I was playing more basketball. I ended up getting a scholarship at Rose State College. I played there. And then 2005, I went to Michigan because my grandma passed.
Plaintiff Catherine Calloway is suing her son because she claims she bought wedding rings for him and his wife, and she has yet to be repaid.
Did you finish when you were playing in college? You didn't get your degree?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Different things happen in life.
Like what?
Just,
You had a good background, you had a skill, you had been to the service and obtained a level of skill and a level of maturity. So
it was
not like you were a 17-year-old going to college and decided to have fun and drop out or
I got
party yourself out. What happened?
I got distracted. But
By what?
women.
Okay. All right. Well, say it. All right. Good enough.
And
Well, you got married early, or you had a bunch
Actually,
of girlfriends, and instead of going to class, you tricked off all your time with girls? Okay, well, say it. Well, don't be embarrassed of who you are.
Yeah, I had
College
girlfriends.
trick. Go ahead.
I had girlfriends.
Say it. Say I was a college trick. Tricked off all my time. Don't have to be a money. Don't have to be money. People don't have to trick with money. You trick with time. You give all a woman all of your time at the expense of your success.
Yes.
You're tricking.
Yes.
You're college tricking. Your book tricking. There's some kind of tricking in there. We're going to figure it out. All right, but you know I'm going to hold y'all accountable, young men and women, when you come in here and you've had a good opportunity presented to you in life. And that's what I've heard. Your mother prepared you for life and success in life. And you should have finished college. And so that you would have even more opportunity. But what did you do after, and what are you doing now?
Actually, right now, I'm not working because I had a motorcycle accident in April, and it was.
What did you do before April?
I was working.
What type of?
I did warehouse work, forklift driver.
They pay pretty well, but is that a transferable skill?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think so. Forklifting?
Yes.
Did you have to get some paperwork or training for that?
Not really.
I thought
so
you
much.
did.
Not really so much training because I have a lot of experience doing it.
Yeah, that's true. And from the service?
Yes.
All right, good. And tell me why you're suing your son today.
I'm suing my son because he neglected to take on his responsibilities. He got married in October of 2020.
1920.
And in August,
October of 20.
In August, I talked to his fiance, and she was talking about that she wouldn't be able to get their rings because they're getting married in October, and my son wasn't helping her. And I told her,
Helping her what?
Helping her financially.
And they were scheduled to get married?
In October. And in
And they
August.
didn't have any money?
Evidently.
How you get married? Who does that?
Evidently, I don't think so.
Okay, because what happened?
So I told her, I said, well, she was talking
She
about.
wanted money for his ring?
She wanted to I offered her, I said, well, if you had your rings and the jury stop at K's, you can use my card. And then y'all can pay for whatever else you need to pay for before October.
Was there a child involved?
Huh?
Did they have children?
No.
Did they have a child?
No, she has
So
6.
why was it important to get married while you're broke? Most people wait until they got some money or get established. Some people do get married while they're broke, and it usually doesn't work out.
She was ready to marry him 3 months after they got together.
I understand all that, but they were broke. And
they were broke.
Why would you put your name down for a couple that's getting married who you know are not financially prepared?
She assured me that she pay her bills.
This is your son. How he's the one supposed to be assuring you.
He was at work.
Well, I don't know what you mean by that.
He was working. He was at work. I talked to her.
I know, but you couldn't call him afterward?
Judge Mathis, I told him.
This is unusual that you would have a son who could not afford to get married, and his fiance is the one you're talking to about giving him money. I'm sure you don't have no obligation to her. You got an obligation to, you don't have an obligation to him either. But I'm sure that's the reason is for him, not for her, I would assume.
Yes.
And you don't even talk to him? Good enough. That's why you ain't get your money. All right. I wouldn't pay her either if she wouldn't talk to me. I'd say go talk to my fiance. That's who you talked with. And you said that today. You said that's who you wanted to talk with. So that was your mistake. You didn't even talk with your own son. He would be more inclined to pay because he ain't talk to you. Mama, I ain't tell you I'm gonna give you nothing. That's her.
He did tell me he was going to pay me. He told me not to worry about it.
And when you first began to consider.
When she got the rings, he told me not to worry about it.
Before, you say?
After she got the
rings. No, we're
ring.
talking before.
Okay, before she
before you get something for your son, talk to him. That's all I'm suggesting.
Yes.
Because I don't want you coming back in here after you haven't talked to your son.
Judge Mathis, I said I made the biggest mistake in my life.
Okay, wouldn't say that.
Plaintiff Catherine Calloway is suing her son because she claims she bought wedding rings for him and his wife, and she has yet to be repaid.
All right, so how did they trick you? They promised to pay, and what was the payment plan?
They promised to pay me. It was $230, $270 every month. They started making payments, and then every month after that, I have to call them. And then he told me I was overstepping my boundaries.
How?
Because I was asking his wife for money, going in her pocket, asking her for money.
Did you remind him that that's who the transaction was made with?
Yes, I did. And I remind him also, I said that y'all married. And she told me, I'm just going to pay my half and let Juwan pay his half. I said, I have a whole bill here. There's no such thing as splitting one half to another. I said, and every time you're late, which is all the time, they're taking $80 for late payment and $40 for entrance. And I'm not supposed to worry about it.
Your son. Let me hear from you. You act like you're more mad with the woman than you are with your son.
Oh, I'm mad at my son
you treat him like a baby or something? What's this about? Go ahead. You keep talking about her. He's here. And the ring was for them.
Yes.
And you didn't even talk to him. So that's what I'm saying. You sound like you're treating him like a baby. Why couldn't he talk? Go ahead, young man. Why don't you tell me what happened with your mother being beat out of $5,000?
Well, she did go behind my back with my wife.
And you never knew?
I never knew until
When did you find out?
When I got home from work, because my wife.
Same day?
I don't know exactly when they.
Okay, but couldn't you have told your wife, call my mother? Or couldn't you have called your mother? Or could you have said to your mother after you found out?
Once I found out, my wife. That's when my wife called me and told me that she was that she had changed the rings, and I'm like, what do you mean? And she said, well, your mom, we had the rings that was already in the layaway at another jewelry store, and your mom said we was worried that we weren't gonna get the rings back in time, and that's when mom offered to do the rings at Case Jeweler. So when she did that, I was like, okay, that'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? That way we have our rings in time for the wedding. So I did assure my mom that everything's gonna be all right, that I was gonna pay for it. But what my mom failed to realize, I don't get paid on the 28th of every month. You know, and she would call every month, like, these rings due, these rings due, these rings due, and I'm doing my best.
How often do you think she should have called about her credit being at risk of being ruined and hurting her life? How often do you think she should have called?
I mean, I do get it. I do get it. Because she was calling every month, but it was
Were
like...
you late every month?
In the beginning, I was trying to pay it on time.
I understand in the beginning.
But,
my point is, when she was calling you, were you late?
Sometimes.
So you didn't think she should have called you?
Yes, I do.
How is this an issue now then? And secondly, when you say go behind your back, your wife told you after buying the ring?
After they didn't make the arrangements to get the rings.
Yeah, after it was purchased.
After it was purchased, yes.
That's when you found out.
That's when I found out.
You told your wife what you're
Yes.
telling me? Why did you go behind my back and do that?
Because my mom told my wife not to tell me. But my wife...
No.
Your mother
No.
told your then fiance,
That
don't
is a lie.
tell him that me and you are doing this deal.
Exactly.
That is a lie.
And that's when I found out that...
How do you know what his wife told him? How is it a lie? How you
Because
know?
I didn't tell her not to tell him.
Okay, but he's saying that's what his wife told him. So he can tell me that. You can't
So
dispute what she said to him.
my wife said at the time, she said, when they did the arrangements for the rings, that my mom told her not to tell me. But my wife told my mom, was like, I can't do that. That's my fiance. I'm not going to hide nothing from him. So when I came home from work, that's when my wife called me and let me know that they had switched the rings. And once I looked at them and viewed it, I was like, oh, it's okay. And I reassured my mom that everything was going to be all right. So,
But your wife did do it without...
exactly, without me knowing.
She went behind your back and did it. And then what was that conversation about?
Well, anytime that she...
Goes behind your back.
I ain't gonna say goes behind my back. Anytime she say or call me, she would say, I love you, whatever. Then she'd tell me, like, what's wrong? So when she said that, I knew something was wrong. And that's when I found out, like...
I know, but what was your response? Did you say,
I was like, well,
okay,
I said...
that's between you and my mama.
Yeah, I said, well, if this is what the rings that you want, then that's okay with me.
So why'd you all stop paying?
We didn't stop paying. Like I said, I had a job all the way from September to April.
But why is she suing you if you never stopped?
Because it was late payments.
Okay. And so why were your payments late?
Because I don't get paid I get paid every other week.
Did you know this after your wife borrowed the money or put it in her name? Whose name is it in? It has to be your wife's name has to be down, right? Your name is on none of the paperwork, right?
It's all three of us.
How? If you didn't know?
It's her card, but we are on the bill because we get the bill to come to our house.
Right. Okay.
So it's myself, my mom, and my wife. That's on the bill.
Plaintiff Catherine Calloway is suing her son because she claims she bought wedding rings for him and his wife, and she has yet to be repaid.
Where's your wife today? Why isn't she here to talk about this?
She's at home.
Okay, so let me get this right. You bring him here, and he denies ever even knowing about it, and he says my wife who knew about it and did the deal with you, she don't want to come. So you stuck with me, mama, and I didn't do the deal with you, so I don't owe you. That's what you're saying?
No, I definitely owe her.
Oh, okay. How much do you owe? The amount she's suing for, $4,792?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good enough. Have a good day. $4,792. He doesn't know why he came today because he intended to agree all along. Yeah, he believes he owes you every single dime you're asking for. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I just want to thank you for telling the truth. I really do. Because you didn't have to.
I just want to say thank you for being there.